as cold as a bucket of ice. I've been trapped like curious mice, and I've been looking for a way out into the sparkling light. I've been a lost balloon in the blue, like Tom free falling without a clue. I didn't know what to do until I first saw you, and now I never have to freeze under rainy clouds. No need to pour no.
Hey guys, it's Kristi. Welcome to the first video in my spring cleaning series. Today we're going to be working in the kitchen, and I'm going to be doing just a little bit in the laundry room. I started out by washing my rugs. I have one by the back door in the kitchen and also one in my laundry room by the garage door. I wanted to put those in the wash and get them going so they could be washing while I was working on everything else. I've been using 7th generation laundry detergent, and I always like to add a little bit of lemon essential oil to my laundry. I think it helps give it a nice scent since I use unscented laundry detergent, and then it also helps to brighten up the laundry. Of course, I didn't need that with my rugs, but I still like to add it for that little bit of fresh scent.
Maybe I'm crazy, trying to fight it. Always been patient, now I can't wait no more. Been holding it back so long. Telephone calling, what can I say? It's all an illusion, and I'm better off this way. I'm running from yesterday.
The rugs were pretty dirty and they got stuff on my floor, so I decided to vacuum after putting them in the wash. And once I got that going, I decided that instead of just vacuuming around, which is what I normally do, you see I have all that stuff on the floor, I decided I needed to pick all that up and get it going. And you will see it was so gross back there. I had gone way too long without actually picking up things. I do vacuum in my laundry room. I just hadn't picked everything up and really gotten it good in a while. And I do need to hang everything on the wall, and I just haven't gotten around to that yet, but it is one of the projects that's on my list to get some command hooks and hang up all of my mops and dusters and everything, so everything will be off of the floor.
Still I'm used to coming back. You be the last in line. Be letting you waste my time. Every second I lose my mind. Now I'm ready to dance the night away. While we're watching the world go by. Keep trying to reach the sky. Every hour I lose my mind.
It had been way too long since I had thoroughly cleaned the tracks on my sliding glass doors, so that was one of the main tasks I really wanted to accomplish this day. I started out by using my Dyson vacuum and just getting up all of the loose debris that I could.
I might not be your usual type, but I'm the guy who will make you feel high. You wanna try?
About the time I was done vacuuming, my washer was done, and so I went ahead and took the rugs out and put them in the dryer, so by the time I was done with everything, I would be able to put the rugs back. Then I came back to the sliding glass doors with a wet microfiber cloth and wiped them down. It took a good bit of scrubbing to get them clean, but I felt like I was able to get them really clean, and they haven't looked this good practically since we've moved into the house. So I was really excited to get this done, and that was one of the main spring cleaning tasks off of my list because it was driving me crazy to have them so dirty. I'm pretty good about vacuuming the tracks, but I'm not very good about actually getting in there with the wet cloth and wiping them down and keeping them clean that way. And that's something that I know I really need to add on to my monthly cleaning task, so I can make sure that just once a month I'm getting that done, and then it'll be a lot easier to do if I do it more regularly. And that's one of my biggest tips to you is when it comes to spring cleaning or just cleaning in general, is the more often you do things, the better. So there are certain things that we wait for only once a year or twice a year that we need to get done. But this is one of those things that I just need to add it to my monthly cleaning task. So it'll be so much easier to do if I would just do it regularly.
Will make you feel high. You wanna try my Midas touch? Come on, line up for another round, girl. You know. So take a breath. Gonna be a night you will never forget on the show. Some more of that. Once we start, there's no stopping us. 'Cause right here and right now, we can mix with love, be the talk of the town. Right here and right now, you and me together, the talk of the town. Right here, right here. Let's have some fun, don't be a bore. So come on.
In my last video, I had a lot of clutter on the counter in my Butler's pantry and in my cabinet. So I ended up not getting as far as I wanted with this. I did have a lot of plastic bags that were stacked all in here. So I ended up decluttering the things that were on the countertop, and now I need to finish the cabinet. So I thought I would go ahead and do that now so that I can have this project done. This video is part of the Spring Into Clean collaboration that's being hosted by Denise Jordan from This and That with Denise Jordan. Denise got together a group of us YouTubers, and we're all going to be doing spring cleaning throughout the entire month of April. And so every Sunday after this video, we are going to have a new video for you, and it's going to be spring cleaning some area of our house. This week we're all doing either our kitchen or laundry room, and then each week after that it'll be a different room in our house. Whether you're just starting your spring cleaning or in the midst of it, we are going to have a ton of motivation for you for the whole month of April. So make sure that you check out the links in my description box. I'm going to have the link for the playlist and for Denise's channel down below, so you can check those out. And if you don't know Denise already, make sure you go check out her channel. She has so much homemaking content on her channel, everything from cleaning to decorating to recipes. So I know you're gonna love her channel, so go check her out if you haven't already. I pulled everything out of my cabinet and then put it on my kitchen island so that way I can sort through it. I'm going to go through and see what things I need to declutter, which I don't think it's a lot that I'm going to be decluttering, but I do want to organize things and put them back into the cabinet so they make sense. And I do have a few things that I know I'm going to end up moving to another cabinet just because I don't think that's the right spot for them. Two main goals for the year. One was to work on my health and specifically I wanted to move my body every day this year. I've spent the first part of the year really honing in on that goal of health and getting things in order with my exercise and diet, and now that I'm in a really good routine with that, I'm ready to start focusing more on my second main goal, which is to declutter and organize our house. I'm ready to get this house in order, and I'm doing it one little bit at a time. I have a series called Calm the Clutter where I tackle projects that take anywhere between 5 and 30 minutes at a time, and we break things into little chunks and get it done. I find that the older I've gotten, the less I enjoy doing huge projects all at once. So even though I may not accomplish everything I want to in that time frame that I have, and I don't even get some of my projects finished when I start them, I'm doing it in little chunks, and I know eventually I will come back and get it done, just like I'm doing right now with this Butler's Pantry. I would love for you to subscribe and join me on this journey and calm the clutter in your home right along with me.
Nothing ever change. Hear me when I say let's make a night to remember. Let's celebrate from now till forever. This time we'll make a night to remind us we only have one life. Gotta live it out loud. Where you wanna go? There's no tomorrow.
After putting everything back in the cabinet, this is what I have left that I need to deal with. So first of all, I have a pile of trash right here. All of this needs to go to recycle. I'm gonna throw the wine corks away. That bottle of wine is open, so I just need to dump it because it's old. And the vodkas are actually what I use to make some cleaning recipes. So I'm gonna move those to the laundry room with all of my other cleaning supplies, and all of this other stuff just needs to be moved where it needs to go, except for these 2 aerators. I'm thinking about donating these, and I'm just gonna ask Whitney if he's interested in them, and if not, I will donate, and then I'm gonna donate this lone coaster that I have. Here's the after of the cabinet. I think it looks much better. As you can see, I have some empty space in there now, and things are just organized to where I can see everything that I need and get to it when I need it. For now, I like the shelves, how they're arranged, because sometimes we need space for taller things. So I'm fine with how the shelves are, but I do like to elevate some things that I get to a lot. Like I get into all of this wine stuff often, but elevating it and stacking it is nice because then I'm able to reach it easily when I need it. Keep my used plastic grocery bags in the Kleenex box. That way, when I need one, I know right where it is, and the Kleenex box helps keep them contained. I just stuff them in, and then I grab one out whenever I need it. It feels great to have my Butler's Pantry done. My countertop is all cleared. I got that done in my last video, and now the cabinet is done, and so I feel like this is a complete space. And even though I did it in little bits and pieces, it doesn't matter. It still all comes together the same in the end. And eventually I might organize this better, but for now it is perfect. So I would encourage you, even if you can do just little hits at a time, do what you can. Little by little, a little equals a lot.
God only knows where we could be. We could be if you walk away.
By the time I finished decluttering and reorganizing my Butler's Pantry, it was late in the afternoon and I was getting tired, so I decided to go ahead and stop for the day, even though I had a couple more tasks on my list. The next morning, I got up and I did my exercise, and then we placed a Costco order for Instacart, and I knew that I would have just about enough time before our Instacart order arrived for me to do the last couple tasks on my list. So I started out by just wiping down all of my bottom cabinets. Normally I do all of the cabinets at once, the uppers and the lowers, but I knew that was going to be too much to do here, and I knew I could go ahead and just do the lowers now. So I decided to break it up. And that's one thing that I'm learning this year, is that it is okay to break things up and do things differently than you would normally do, or out of order of how you might think they're supposed to be done. I know we're always told, you know, and I've always said it myself, that you clean from top to bottom. But it made more sense for me to break these up, and it's actually easier on my body to do it this way too, rather than being on a ladder and then down on the floor. It's easier for me to do one or the other in any given time period. And on this day, I knew I had enough time to do the lowers, so that's what I went ahead and did. And I would encourage you to do the same. We don't have to get stuck in this whole idea of what we're supposed to do or how we're supposed to do it. It is okay to move at your own pace, go a little bit slower. That's what I'm learning and doing this year, and it feels great to do that. The key is that you make consistent efforts. Earlier in the year, I read the book, The Compound Effect, and that's what he talks about, is just your continual little efforts over time make such a big difference. And the quote I shared earlier by Sean Croxton, little by little, a little equals a lot. It's the same thing where you can do little bits and pieces, you can piece things together, and the whole job still gets done in your own time. And this is actually making me a lot happier this year. So I would encourage you to do the same thing. Go at your own pace, figure out the bits and pieces that you need to break apart to make it easier on you, and don't worry about what convention says about what you're supposed to do. Do what is best for you and what makes you happy and joyful in the moment to get your jobs done, knowing that it will all come together in the end.
Do you remember when we couldn't get enough of it all? We kept it going for so long, so long. I don't know where I would be if we let it go. 'Cause every time we try to break it down and build again, yeah, every time we try to make up for something lost, you know, we're never letting go. This time we can reach the sky on a prayer, we go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny. But with a love like this, we'll never fall. All of a sudden you'll be standing there with someone new, 'cause it's been going so wrong for so long.
The last item on my list for this round of spring cleaning was to wipe down the legs of our kitchen table. It had been way too long since I had cleaned these, and this is another thing that I need to put on my monthly cleaning list. It's one of those things that is so easy to do. I just need to make the time and effort to get around to doing it, and it would only take a few minutes. So I'm just gonna add that to my monthly cleaning list, and then it'll make that task so much easier to do. I know it sounds really weird to say this, but I love to clean things when they don't actually need to be cleaned. It's so much easier to clean things when they're not that dirty to begin with. So I think if I do this task once a month, that'll be good enough to make it super simple and quick to do, and then I won't have to worry about it. In fact, I might even be able to just come in a lot of that time with a feather duster and just every couple of months actually get a wet cloth and wipe it down. Our Instacart order was about to get here, so I did not get to the chairs, but that's something that I would just come back another day and do. And in the past, I would have really let that get to me, that I needed to do the chairs too, and I should have done it at the same time as the table. But like I said, I'm learning to let those things go and know that I can easily come back another day and quickly wipe up the chairs, and they'll be good to go. I know that it's still gonna get done, and that's all that matters.
Let's keep this dream alive, the art of letting go. 'Cause every time we try to make a stand and start again.
If you like this video and got some inspiration from it, please give it a thumbs up. That really does help out my channel. And if you are new to my channel and not already subscribed, I would love to have you consider subscribing and joining our community. Also, remember to go check out the playlist for some more spring cleaning motivation in the kitchen or laundry room, and check out Denise's channel at This and That with Denise Jordan. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.